Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin runes and basically what they do and how it's actually affecting the Bitcoin mining sphere right now. So we just had the halving and the runes came in at the halving block, so 840,000 block. And runes are basically a replacement for the BRC20 token on Bitcoin ordinals. So we have an article here by Beginner's Block. If you want to check it out, link in the description. It's talking about what are runes. So they started in 2023 when Casey Rodemore proposed the protocol. So this was the person who also introduced ordinals to Bitcoin so that we could do NFTs and stuff like that, but they weren't necessarily as good in terms of the NFTs that you see on Ethereum and Solana on the network, so they were taking up a lot of space. So runes have actually replaced this. And with runes, basically, we can add stuff onto the network as in tokens, so we can build on top of Bitcoin. Not exactly like a smart contract, because they don't necessarily have it, but there is also utility that we can use on the network for runes. So one of the defining features, as we see here, is minimal on-chain footprint and responsible for UTXO management. So previously, they weren't utilizing these in the ordinal development, but now we can leverage some of this UTXO model to minimize the network congestion and optimize the efficiency of the network. So they run off this open return thing, which we're going to have a little look at in a minute, and it ensures transparency and efficiency in token management. So kind of like how they have a bunch of meme coins on Solana or on Ethereum, you can now kind of have these on Bitcoin, and it's actually led to higher gas fees and obviously higher rewards for miners after the halving. And then just runes versus ordinals here. While runes represent a significant advancement in tokenization, it's essential to consider its relationship with existing protocols such as the ordinals. So the ordinals came in, I think it was a year and a half ago maybe, and often hailed as Bitcoin NFTs, as we just said, and they create unique and collectible digital assets, so non-fungible tokens. However, runes kind of offer a fungible token on the network and cater to a broader range of use cases, including security tokens, stablecoins, and governance tokens. So these are the things that we have on Ethereum. USDT is on a bunch of networks in theory, but we could have that for Bitcoin now on the actual native Bitcoin network. So this open return code enables users to attach extra information to the Bitcoin transactions without impacting the network's efficiency. So previously, I believe the ordinals were affecting the efficiency of the network. The process of creating new runes is called etching. Users who wish to etch a new rune specify the name, symbol, ID, supply amount, divisibility, and parameters related to the generation and distribution of the rune in the open return output. So kind of like you have on a coin like Ravencoin, where you can create your own token on top of it, and then you can specify, the divisibility, how much mining or halvings you want to have on the coin, stuff like that. Creators can also include a pre-mine in the etching process, which we'll have a little look at now, and set an amount of the rune is allocated to the creator before it's available to the general public. So kind of like pre-mining without obviously pre-mining. And it says runes can be minted through open or closed mints. Open allows for anyone to mint runes after the initial etching, and then close allows for creation of new tokens when predetermined conditions are met, such as, time periods, minting process is ended, or capping the token supply. So you can set all of these, as I said up here, when you're actually etching the rune onto the network. So runes are expected to offer a simpler way to create fungible tokens on the Bitcoin network relative to any other alternatives like BRC20, RGB, or Taproot. With runes, users can create multiple tokens and manage them easily on chain. So we've kind of already covered that. BRC20 is described as an expensive way of creating and managing tokens on Bitcoin, and this is thanks to its mode of operation, which results in proliferation of UTXOs. Bitcoin currently battles an influx of UTXOs that will never be spent. So it's taking advantage of these UTXOs that are native to the Bitcoin network, finding a use for them, and obviously this has been very successful, as we can see later on. So currently this is kind of what the Bitcoin rune ecosystem looks like. You can obviously mint your own runes or etch your own runes onto it. But we have a bunch of these coins here. You'll probably see these popping up a lot over the next coming weeks or days. They have mint or launch pads, which we'll look at now, marketplaces or decentralized exchanges where you can actually get these, and then wallets and stuff like that. So I believe that you have to have certain wallets to actually hold these tokens It's not going to be like a Bitcoin Core wallet. I believe that there's different wallets that you have to actually hold it on. So it says here, while Bitcoin runes are minted on the Bitcoin blockchain, it requires specific wallet applications for asset management. So Xverse is one of the wallets, and that also supports BRC20 to manage Bitcoin runes. So here's just a little model of what the difference is. Based on UTXO model, data is stored in the open return, however BRC20 is inscribed on a Satoshi. Token minting can be minted via closed minting procedures. Transfers create a new set of UTXOs based on the open return data. And this is also a big one, compatibility with Bitcoin Lightning Network. So a lot of people that will be using that can also use these runes on there. So this is one of the marketplaces for it. Currently we're only kind of seeing NFTs on here, but I believe that we'll probably see, stuff like meme coins come along later on in the future. Right now, obviously you can buy them for around 0.07 depending on what you want to buy. They're all situated on this rune theme, so like this kind of looks like a rune from Elden Ring if you've ever played it, and basically that's what they're going for with a lot of these NFTs on the network. Just a little note on the NFTs that it says here, most of these are NFTs, so the runes are actually NFTs that are earning respective runes for their holders until the runes protocol goes live, so it has gone live now. So that's why we've probably seen a lot of fees hit the Bitcoin network. In case of runestones, 3 meme coins will be airdropped to every runestone holder. So you kind of get an idea of where it's going to go, kind of looking like the Solana or Ethereum network in the meme coin space, I guess. So when we're looking at this is the 480,000 block. And as you can see there, the reward on it is 40 Bitcoin. So that is just on top of fees. And this is what was minted. So newly minted is what the block reward should have been. So this amounts to around 43 Bitcoin, which is substantially higher than all of us would have guessed. I didn't really think that we'd have as much fees going towards the miners on here. So when we're looking at the actual Bitcoin network here on the mempool, you can see that the total fees right here is 3.903. Subsidiary plus fees is 7.028. So this means that the miner will get this reward. So we're seeing around a 7 Bitcoin reward for all of these. As you can go back, this one's at 9, this one's at 7, this one's at 9. This one has a 10 Bitcoin block reward. So all these people that were mining right now have basically got triple the mining rewards of what they would have previously. So it's actually above what the block reward was previously before the halving at 6.25. So how does this affect miners? So we have a hash rate here of 200 terahash and a watts of 3,500, a cost per kilowatt hour of 10 cents per kilowatt hour, and then the block reward here. So we're just going to go with the last block reward, which was 8.806. We're going to copy this, and we're going to input the block reward there. The value of Bitcoin is going to stay the same because that's around what it is right now, and the difficulty is going to stay the same. So just to give you an idea of what we were looking at before the halving, so I made this video how the halving affect Bitcoin mining rewards on the S21 and the S19. So this is the hash rate for an S21, I believe. So 2000 terahash at 3,500 watts. I know that these aren't exact figures, but the block reward right then was 6.44. And when we go back, let's put it at 8.8. We have a profitability per day of $18.22. So before the halving, even when we had those 6.44 block rewards, we were only making $10.63 per day on a S21. So in theory, the profits have basically doubled for quite a while. And I don't know when this will actually slow down in terms of the fees, because a lot of people are still kind of hot on these runes, and I believe that we're going to see more meme coins come out through these runes, and that means more fees on the network. So for all those people that actually kept all their rigs on through the halving, they might have made quite a lot of profitability over the past 24 hours due to these fees coming onto the network. So you can see right here, this is the calculations for an S19, and that was at 95 terahash and 325 in watts. So let's put it down to that. And you can see here that the profitability right now is still around $5 for an S19. So we all thought that the S19s were going to be unprofitable. We thought that basically half of the mining hardware out there was going to become obsolete. What we had for the calculation here was only a $1.16 before the halving, and then after the halving it was minus $3.32. So right now we've actually got around $5 in profitability from these runes plus the NFTs plus kind of some hype from the Bitcoin halving and those fees being included. So obviously those who mined over the past 24 hours have probably seen a massive increase in their rewards. A lot of the big mining farms have made a lot of money because of these fees on the network. So hopefully this lasts for quite a while. I don't think it's going to last for too long just because the fees will probably die down. Unless the hype goes down from these runes, I don't see us going into a prolonged period of having these block rewards. But for now, it's good rewards in terms of Bitcoin miners. So those who have mined through it on the past 24 hours, you've done well for rewards. Hopefully, we still see higher fees up to the 6 Bitcoin range. So that can kind of keep in line with the previous block reward from before the halving. So let me know your thoughts on runes, and if you've been mining for the past 24 hours, let me know your rewards, how much it was compared to previously. Make sure you like the video and subscribe for more content like this.